All right, she's spying on her man. All of her friends are saying what she's doing is wrong and she's crazy, but she's doubling down and saying, I have every right to do what I'm doing. Kristen has the email.
I do have the email, and I'm pulling it up at this very moment. Here we go. Bert Show. I'm having a real hard time maintaining a friendship with someone who I think is doing something unethical. It caused a lot of arguments, and now she has just told me that I need to mind my own business because she thinks she is doing nothing wrong. She's basically spying on her husband. He recently accepted a temporary job about 3 hours from where they live. He is there all week long and comes home on the weekend. She told a group of us that she installed a camera outside his apartment so that she can see who comes and goes. She admitted she wanted to install one inside, but wasn't sure how to avoid him seeing it. She also said that he isn't aware that she is able to track his phone and see where he goes at all times. When I spoke up and said what she was doing was wrong, everyone in the group disagreed with me, and it caused a big argument. Pretty much everyone said that it is perfectly fine and she should do whatever she needs to do to feel comfortable with her husband living so far away all week. They all seemed to agree that if he isn't doing anything wrong, then it shouldn't matter what she sees. If he is doing something wrong, then the problem is cheating and not her spying. They all seem to think she has every right to know where her husband goes at all times and who is entering his apartment. Am I wrong here? Is spying on your spouse a marital right? Or is he entitled to some privacy?
Sometimes I think that my moral compass is off on this show.
All the time.
Of course not. What a complete invasion of privacy. And
It is.
I'd be so pissed.
Not only is it wrong, I don't even understand why someone who is doing this would want to be in a situation or relationship where you feel the need to do this. But it is absolutely an invasion of privacy. But at the same time, what can you do? It's her relationship. If I'm her friend, I did my part, and now I'm just going to mind my business.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those cases where you got to just mind your own business. You don't got it. I mean,
No, yeah.
what are you going to do? Tip off the husband?
No.
I mean, this is their relationship.
She does have to mind her own business. I'm actually like proud of her for speaking up. I'm actually shocked. Everyone in the group disagreed with her,
Yeah.
and not one person was like, "Yeah, this isn't right." I came into my relationship with baggage because I've been cheated on so many times, and so I know the struggle of trying to trust somebody and not unfairly put what other people have done and the mistakes other people made on them when they had absolutely nothing to do with it. So for her to be doing this, I do agree. It's wrong. And she's going to be so consumed with watching that camera and seeing his whereabouts that you're going to be living a fraction of your life because that's what you're consumed with. So on multiple levels, I think that the fact that you're doing this speaks volumes of your relationship and also speaks volumes of how you feel about yourself.
Let me try to go through a slight opening for debate.
Okay, bring it.
I'm really trying hard here because
Let's do it.
I really think what she's doing is wrong. So couldn't you say the same thing about checking his passwords and checking his Facebook and social media also? Like,
Yeah.
if he says no to that, then, and again, he wouldn't know that you're checking any of his emails or anything like that. So if he's not doing anything wrong, then it shouldn't matter if I have his passwords or not, or if I can get into his email. Is it the same thing, just on a grander scale?
As far as like with the password, like my husband has access to all my stuff. I have access to all my husband's stuff. And it's not to go in and to constantly check. It's just because it's not for the purpose of going in to seeing if they're doing anything wrong. It's for checking an email to find out information for our family calendar and things of that nature.
So let's take you and Bart out of it, though, because yours is legit. But
Yeah.
let's say you were, like, he didn't even know you had his password.
Correct.
And you shared with us that you check his email all the time.
That's wrong.
And if he's not doing anything, then he shouldn't have any problem with it at all.
No, that it's still wrong.
Yeah, I've always felt like that was a cop-out to not have to deal with your own insecurity. To say if the person's not doing anything, then I mean, you theoretically, you don't own people. You experience them. They don't belong to you. So they are still entitled to their privacy if that's what they want in a relationship, in my opinion.
I agree with you. But again, in a case like this, I'm just minding my own business, man. You don't have a dog in this fight or anything. So why create the drama, which is surely going to happen here? her ethics don't match up with yours, but I'll tell you what, if you hang out with people that 100% match up with your ethics all the time, that's a pretty small circle.
Also, for the sake of debate, you're an outsider looking in. You're not in the marriage, so you don't know their history. Maybe he has done something in the past that's made her raise an eyebrow. So if that's the case, you're never going to have all the facts of another person's relationship. So you just need to see yourself out.
People tend to believe the last thing they hear, I think, or the only thing they hear, and don't question it at all. So Kristen raises a great point. You have no idea what's going on in that relationship.
Mind your business.
You know what's going on in that relationship based on one person's opinion.
Yep.
Not the other person.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.